Welcome everybody to the Drive and Thrive podcast, season 3, episode 6. Please go ahead and check out the Instagram here at Drive and Thrive podcast. Make sure you go down below, subscribe, turn on them post notifications. I'm your host Zaya, and without further ado, roll the.
All right, I'm Gooch.
Hey everybody! Hey everyone, welcome back to the Drive Thrive podcast. Where the mics are fake, where the mics are fake,
And we're even faker. And we're even faker.
He is back.
Don't know what. Yeah, that was crispy.
This guy. That's one of my best friends.
Yeah, I got my co-host Batman with me. What's up?
We're being consistent.
This is Hedgehog.
This is Yellow Figures out.
And we're just casually
Got
going.
nothing to do. We're gonna pop it.
Welcome to the Drive and Thrive podcast where the mics are fake.
And we're even faker.
I'm your host Zaya, and I heard you had something for me.
You know, it's funny you say that, host Zaya. I feel like I'm not in the hot seat anymore. I feel like I feel like I don't have control.
I feel like I've got the mic here.
I know. I feel like I don't even have a mic. I feel like I'm in the background right now. Wow. Is this how you feel?
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
sometimes.
this is odd. Because, like, I didn't do anything. That was all you.
I just
Wow. And you know what?
Second take, by the way.
It's funny you say that. I do have something for you. I need you to close your eyes. Now, if you guys watched last
They're
video,
closed.
the end of the video, I was supposed to give him something, and I didn't.
Left you guys on a cliffhanger.
I left you guys on a cliffhanger. And so, now, without further ado, I'm going to give it to him. So I need you to close your eyes. Okay? Okay, you can open. All right. I wanted to give this to you because you've been here since basically the start. You were in episode like 2 or 3 or something.
Somewhere around there.
And you have the most episodes out of any co-host I've ever had.
Most views, I'd like to say.
In like the second video we ever filmed, I even titled it co-host ? And I feel like at some point we like literally wrote on a piece of paper a fake contract and you signed it. And,
I do remember that.
We made like a fake contract and you officially became co-host, which is where the nickname co-host Zaya comes from. And I got this thing a while ago and I thought it would be absolutely funny to give it to you, but it's also like a token of my appreciation. Like, it's funny.
Okay.
And it literally costs me nothing. But it's kind of my token of appreciation because you've been in the most videos. You support the channel. He watches it from home when he's not in it. He'll text me, like, and you've done the most, like, stuff for the channel. And we've had other co-hosts, but you've been here the most, right? And I feel like we have some of the best chemistry out of anybody.
I mean, the episodes just be flowing.
The episodes be flowing. So, I wanted to give you this, which is the certification of achievement, and I could probably present this to co-host Zaya for best co-host of the Drive and Thrive podcast.
Dude.
Where's the spot?
I need a spot on the wall.
You need a spot on the wall.
I need a spot on the wall.
Where's the hole?
No, it's too far. We gotta find a spot on the wall for it.
Right there?
Right there.
Is that where you want it? Right about there?
That'd be perfect.
Alright, right about there somewhere.
Maybe a little hanger. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Certificate of Achievement. This certificate is proudly presented to co-host Zaya for best co-host. Signed by me. Which, by the way, that is like the 90th signature I did because I took a piece of notebook paper and I practiced my signature so I could get it almost perfect.
That is the cleanest AJ Kinder signature
I
think
literally
have
practiced
ever
it.
seen
I
in my
wrote
life.
it in pencil and then traced it. And the top letters took me forever to do. But I wanted to give that to you because You've been a part of the podcast the longest. You've been here the longest. You've been in the most episodes. And your nickname is literally co-host Zaya. So I feel like there's not a better recipient of Best Co-Host Award than you.
I would say this is one of the most honorable things that I have been given all year.
I even framed it. I went out and bought the frame for the piece of paper because I had the piece of paper with nothing written on it. So I went out and bought the frame for it. And I wanted to give that to you.
This is like literally the first certificate, other than like my diploma, that I've ever received. And I would say that it's a solid certificate right there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'll very much accept Best Co-Host.
You guys are probably on the back of the iPhone like, man, that's what we waited a week for. We waited a week to
You guys got cliffhanger on that one for a whole week.
We waited a week to give host Zaya a piece of paper. And yeah, but it's more than a piece of paper. It's my token of appreciation. It's my token of appreciation to him. And that sounds stupid, but
it's
when
not
you
stupid.
get
It's not stupid.
if you guys are sitting there thinking it's stupid, your diploma is just a piece of paper. Any
Correct.
certificate,
My diploma is just a piece of paper. And that
any
means
piece of
more.
paper you get is just a piece of paper. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And it's just a token of my appreciation because he's been here the longest. He's been in the most episodes, and some of the clips we have are just the funniest. And and so I am declaring that every episode that Isaiah is in from here forward, he is now host Zaya.
Host?
I am backing down from the videos that you're in, and you are officially host Zaya. I didn't tell him this off of camera.
Is an interesting turn of events.
The videos that you're in will now be host Zaya. You'll never be a co-host again.
Huh. That feels really weird. So I've been granted not only Best Co-Host, but my own, essentially, studio to work with and talk on.
As you guys know, last week we announced IBA Studios and the Garage channel, and I wanted to do something for Isaiah because me and Brady are going to be running the Garage channel. Isaiah is going to be behind the camera as cameraman.
Cameraman.
So I wanted
Which
to give...
I'll take that position all days of the week. I love being cameraman.
Because cameraman never dies.
Cameraman never dies.
But I wanted to give Isaiah something to look forward to make him feel like he's not always in the background. Because I feel like him being in the background of automotive content and not being on camera, I don't want him to just be the secondary option. So from this point forward, any video that you are in on the podcast channel, you are host. And I am now your co-host. I am now...
Well, welcome to the podcast current setup. What an interesting... So I have, honestly, the best co-host that I've ever had. Only co-host I'll ever have. Only man that'll ever sit in that seat. This is very interesting. One thing I'd like to ask you, because I get asked it anytime I come on this channel, how's your week been?
It feels different sitting in this seat. I'm sitting in the same seat. You know, it's been good, Bubba. It's been better. Certainly. Definitely been better. But it's definitely been worse. And I can't complain, honestly. And doing this for you has just made me feel 15,000 times better.
I mean, I feel incredibly honored to be a host today.
Not just today.
Oh, host
Forever.
This feels so weird, honestly. I don't even know how to explain the feeling this is currently.
This is essentially your podcast now. For the videos you are in. Obviously, he's not here all the time.
Obviously.
But videos he is in, it's his.
Thanks, so I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna have to step up my filming here.
You're gonna have to get that intro down.
I'm gonna have to.
Gosh, that feels so weird.
I'm gonna have to work out the kinks on that.
I'm never gonna do an intro in front of you again.
That feels so... Oh, I have to do every intro.
Now you know
this
how
feels
I
so
feel.
weird.
Wow.
Oh. What a weird seat to sit in. This seat feels almost like
It's the same seat, but it's different,
heavier.
right?
It feels like a heavier seat to it.
Sitting here, I feel like I don't have as much. I feel like I'm out of the. I feel like I'm even out of the picture.
Oh man, this is such an odd turn of events. So,
Wow, this is weird, brother.
what a way! How do we roll back into the podcast?
Honestly, you deserve it. You do.
Well, thank you.
I wanted to do that for you.
I really do appreciate this. So, we gotta roll right into it, man.
We gotta roll right into it.
So today, I had the chance to drive a wonderful 351 swapped 82,
90.
90, 1990 Ranger, and
I don't know if we've announced the name on the Garage channel, but it'll eventually get announced, and I'm not really trying to secretly hide it. His name is Walker. And it kind of comes from because I had a Mustang, picture on the screen. His name was Walter, as in Walter White.
Carbon hood.
Walter White. That's why I named it Walter. Anyways, I thought it was hilarious. I had it. I traded Walter for Walker.
Walker 351 swap.
It's really from Walker and Texas Ranger, but when you say Walter and Walker back to back, they're very similar. And if you look at them,
They are very.
if you look at this picture of
vehicles.
both of them, because I have a picture of them nose together,
Both manual, both V8.
they're both V8 manual, white with black on the hood, and so they're like the same thing. Just one's a truck and one's a car, and I thought it was the awesomest thing ever. And the fact that their names are so similar, but they mean different things, it was just funny. And so now Walker is a part of my life, and he drove him today.
Also, going into Walter, man, it's so confusing. Going into Walter, I saw Walter on a Facebook, and it now has a green hood. It's missing a passenger
So
seat.
Walter's not on the. You guys
And-
won't ever see Walter,
and-
other than pictures.
No longer has the wheels that it had on it previously.
Those were nice wheels. I really liked
Those were nice wheels. But your car completely just like went to the dump
I know.
after it was traded. It went from...
I made it way nicer than when I bought it.
Oh, it was much nicer. He put a black interior in it. Didn't put it back. He spray painted the interior black.
I dyed the interior black.
Dyed the interior
I
black.
dyed the interior black. I made it nice. I fixed the dash. I fixed the wiring. Like
He put a monster
I-
sack in it.
I put brand new rear tires on it, which was the expensive part.
Very
And
expensive part.
I sold it, or I traded it for Walker, and it was nice when I got rid of it.
And it went downhill very fast. And
The wing literally the wing got taken off of it. The wheels got taken off of it. I guess the hood now finally got taken off. Like they stripped it. I was like, it was a nice
intake probably got taken off of it.
Get it? I mean, granted, it wasn't like the nicest vehicle, but it wasn't the rattiest. It wasn't the rattiest two valve that ever existed.
It needed a paint job, but that was
If you
pretty
painted
much
that,
it.
if you painted that thing would look nice.
And it ran okay for the most part.
Yeah,
And I mean, it leaked a little coolant, but whatever.
it doesn't.
Oh, it didn't?
Walker leaks. I said what doesn't? Walker leaks coolant too.
Oh, yeah.
I have to put water in its radiator, not as often as I did Walter, but Walter only leaked it when it was running. It didn't leak while it was sitting, which is really weird. Like
That is very
I could
odd.
literally pull it in the garage and shut it off,
And it quit leaking.
and it never leaked. The
When did it
second
leak
you
from
would
the
start
oil?
it, it would just start leaking, and I was like, "Where's the water coming from?" I don't know. I put that in the ad clarification, or I told the person I traded Walker for. That was in the
Yeah, that was
clarification.
clarified.
I literally put it in the ad. I said it leaks water. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I even messaged the guy later. He said that he fixed the water issue. So,
Exactly.
yeah. But the car is now... It went from where to where? It was in Salem. I know that for sure.
It went from me to a dude in West Plains, and then from a dude in West Plains to another dude in West Plains, from a dude in West Plains to somewhere else, and then ended up in Salem.
And that's when I tried to get it. And then I saw it in... I want to say Mountain Views, where I saw it with the green hood on the listing.
I didn't even know it was for sale in Mountain View. I had no idea.
I think it was $2,200.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Well, they took all the nice stuff off of it.
I mean, it was a nice car. It had 410s in it. It had giant 315 rear,
Humongous, beautiful tires on it.
brand new 315 Nittos, and the dude was like, "There's some tread left on them," and I was like, "That means someone did burnouts in them because they were brand new when I bought the car." When I put them on the car like 3 weeks before I traded it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those were brand new tires. There was nothing wrong with those tires when I sold them. And the dude was
Someone
like,
did a math.
they have like 40% tread left on them. And I said, in what country? What happened?
Yeah,
Someone
because-
literally slid
well,
that thing.
because you put a brand new set of tires on it and before it was sold.
I bought them brand new. That set of the rear tires,
Brand new.
brand new. They cost me like $700 or $600 or something. I spent good money on those tires. And then I seen an ad literally a month after I got rid of it, and they're like, they have 40% tread left on them. Where'd they go?
Burnouts, baby.
Did someone throw that thing around a parking lot like it was a Jetta on
Yes.
trays? Like,
Someone definitely had a little too much fun
I
with
was
that
like,
truck.
what happened?
Well, so one thing that I do know, and I know that it was probably the kid that you traded the truck for. Because the truck that you got traded for, the kid that had it.
It was a kid.
He
He definitely was not a kid.
Well,
that
not
I
a kid.
talked
He
to.
was 20. So his brother traded you the truck.
I guess, I don't know.
And then he got a hold of that car somehow. His brother gave it to him, is what I was told. And he said that his brother fixed all the things, gave it to him, and he no longer wanted it. He had it listed for $4,500. That's when I tried to trade him Pepper, and $500. And he told me, no, give me $1,200. And I said, you're retarded for a car that leaks water. He goes, it doesn't leak water. I just drove it to Chicago. And I went, no, you did not.
That's definitely, you did not. I absolutely,
I said,
I couldn't drive that thing to Mountain Home without it overheating.
I said, there's no way you just drove it to Chicago. He goes, yeah, it made that trip. And I said, he said it went there and back just fine. The only thing it used was fuel. And I said, you're lying. And he said, nope, give me $1,200. And then I blocked him.
I didn't say this when I was getting rid of the car because I didn't want to, and I didn't say anything. And I don't want to say it now, but I'm going to now. I'm like slightly sure that the thing had I'm like, I don't like saying this on camera. I'm like slightly sure it had a knock in it. I'm like this much sure that it had a slight bottom end knock in it.
I'm almost positive that
Like
I heard it.
it wasn't even like a. It was more like a.
Yeah, it was just a light tap.
And you couldn't hear it sometimes, and then other times, like when the car was sitting still, it felt like I could definitely hear it. But it also did this weird thing where I know the trans, something in the trans clunked because you could press the clutch and it wouldn't do it anymore, and you would let out the clutch and you could hear it. And I knew that existed. I definitely feel like there was a little bit of
In the motor?
in the bottom end of that motor.
Well,
Because it was not a lifter. I know it wasn't a lifter, but I definitely feel like it definitely could have been knocking when I got rid of it.
But all you do know is that even though you got rid of it with the knock,
It drove to Chicago.
it drove to Chicago and was able to do, well, that would explain the 40% tread wear on the tires.
A trip to Chicago took the Nittos from 100 to 40.
And you know that at least the car was able to do something that took the Nittos from 100% to 40%. So it wasn't that bad.
I was completely honest. Other
It
than
couldn't
me,
have been that bad when you sold it.
hearing that 3
But
days before I got rid of it.
It still managed to do some sort of something.
I drove it to
to
the
burn
dude.
60%
I drove it
of
to
those
the
off.
dude, and I drove it there fine, and I drove it around West Plains fine. I drove it that day. I literally drove it that day. That was my daily that day, so I could go meet him. I went to Walmart. I did everything, and then I took it to him. I traded the truck that didn't even have an interior.
Where'd your voice go?
I just lost my voice. Holy crap! That was.
You're just getting quieter and quieter.
I lost my.
You sound like a vacuum.
I lost my voice. There it is.
There
Found
you
it.
go.
Had to pull it back up from the depths, apparently. Traded Walter, relatively nice S95 Mustang. If it had paint, it'd literally be really nice.
Other than all the mechanical issues.
For a truck that has terrible paint, leaks a lot of oil, leaks coolant,
It runs great.
has
Rich.
no rear brakes, has a
It's
lot of
very touchy front brakes.
a lot of rust in the rear bed,
Hot.
and had zero interior in it when I bought it. Traded a relatively nice S95 Mustang for basically
A rat truck.
a ratty Ranger. But the Ranger had a 351 Windsor swapped into it with a world-class T5 and an 8.8 with 410s and a locker. And A lot
It
of
runs
good,
great.
a lot of good parts.
It has a lot, and a 6AL.
It just needs a lot of work.
It's got an MSD 6AL.
And you guys can watch that.
All on IBA Garage.
I shouldn't be talking. This is you, baby. This is you. I can feel like I could just sit back and you just talk to me, baby. This is weird. This isn't even mine anymore.
No.
Wow.
You know what it feels like?
Wow.
It feels a lot like a genuine fake product.
It feels like a dream.
And you can go get that at genuinefakeproduct.com, or I can just roll you into this ad. This video is sponsored by a genuine fake product.
Kyle, let me ask you something.
Talk to me, Tony.
Have you ever got a product and just thought, this just isn't fake enough?
All the time.
You'll never have that problem anymore if you go to genuinefakeproduct.com, because genuinely, it's the fakest product I've ever seen.
It's amazing. If you want a genuine fake product, this is the place to get it. I've got some for myself, and this is the best fake product ever. Personally, I can't get a better fake product. Go to genuinefakeproduct.com and use code DRIVE at checkout for 99% off of your purchase.
I'm going to say that one more time. Go to genuinefakeproduct.com and use code DRIVE for 99% off of your first purchase.
First purchase.
One more time, genuinefakeproduct.com and use code DRIVE for 99% off at checkout for your first purchase.
First purchase.
It's so fake you'll think it's real.
Now back to the income. Man, those were some great words from Kyle and Tony. What do you think?
Yeah, great words. Obviously, Genuine Fake Products is a great company, but so those are some odd fellas there.
There's something.
Yeah.
You know, great guys. I worked with them a couple weeks ago on a project for Genuine Fake Product. And honestly, Genuine Fake Product is so good that I just got me some. I got my friend some Genuine Fake Product. What about you?
I've had a couple of Genuine Fake Products, and it's honestly like the best thing I've ever had in my life. It's definitely changed it.
Yeah. So if you go to genuinefakeproduct.com, you know, they definitely told you. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about gas stations is what we're here to talk about.
Gas station.
Specifically, your favorite gas station near here, because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but he lives in the middle of nowhere. So, what's your favorite gas station, without saying the town, obviously, to go to?
Well, my favorite gas station, period, to go to, like, in the country.
Oh, okay.
Favorite gas station to go to is Buc-ee's. It's just superior. The biggest...
I gotta say, it's a little overrated, except for the beef jerky.
Hey,
Everything but the
don't
beef
bad
jerky.
talk their pulled pork sandwiches.
I've never been a pulled pork guy.
Their brisket sandwiches, pulled
Their
pork
brisket
sandwiches.
sandwiches are good.
They are
Their
gas.
brisket sandwiches are very good.
Me and Brady ate them all the time when we were in
man.
Texas.
Ooh, you spent so much money.
Yeah, we did. Spent a lot of money.
Like what, $14 or $15 a piece?
No, it's not.
Well, for the big one.
I think the big one was like 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't double.
I remember it being more expensive.
No,
Whenever we...
Definitely wasn't. Gas. Oddly enough, things were oddly cheap in Texas. Gas
Really?
was cheaper down there than it was up here. It was like in.
Yeah, because there's oil down there.
It was in like.
Is there oil in Texas? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that explains why it was
Anyways,
cheaper down there.
it was definitely cheap. It was it blew my mind. I was like, holy crap! Premium was like in the low 3s, like
Wow.
almost $3. I was like, I'm buying premium. I put premium in smoke the whole time we were down there. I came home, premium's like almost $4, and I was like, nah,
87.
no. Back to 87, which isn't good for the car, but that's what I put in for basically 2 years, so
It'll be fine.
It'll live. But yeah, Buc-ee's probably, period, favorite gas station. Around here, in general, probably definitely Casey's.
Casey's? My most
It's
recent...
got the most array, I guess.
Yeah, it's got a lot of variety. Mostly got a breakfast pizza in there. They're usually clean. That's a big thing about the glass stations that I like. Glass stations.
Glass?
Yeah, I love
Glass
glass
station?
stations. They're so cool.
Do you just go to get glass from your glass station?
Yeah, I got a glass station for my back glass when I glassed that out. That was fun.
Yeah.
Backed into a tree on a dirt road. So I was going on a dirt road, backed up, and the corner of the dirt road gave out because it was wet. so my tires sunk into it. And then there was a tree there. And trees and glass, I don't know if you know this or not, but they don't mix well when they hit at very fast speeds.
Fun fact.
They shatter.
This is a fun fact about smoke out here. If you look in the rear window, there's a dent in it. And if you look at the rear window, it's not a factory rear window. And I was like, that's odd.
There's
What
a
are-
dent in your rear window?
If you look, there's a dent in the pillar right next to my rear window.
Okay.
If you look at the rear window, it's not a Ford Motor Company rear window. And although I always thought that was weird, and and you can look at it and see that it may not have been installed correctly or it didn't seal properly. It seals like it does. It's weatherproof, but you could like see where it sealed and where it didn't seal, like whatever. And I was like, that's really odd because Dad asked because we looked at the Carfax. Carfax is clean and it has no like history of whatever happened, but obviously there's a giant dimple in the rear window, like
Clearly
and
something
it's not the rear factory glass. Come to find out, when I took the seats out of it to put the custom interior seat covers on them, the leather seat cover that they're on them, when I pulled up the back seat, there was shattered glass underneath the back seat. So my assumption is something fell through the back glass of it and shattered it. They cleaned it up and put a new rear glass in it, and they cleaned all the seat out of the back seat, but never pulled the back seat out because when I pulled the back seat out, there was glass underneath it. And I think that's in the custom interiors video on the Garage channel. If you go back,
If you go check that out.
If you go back, tap back in time, I'm pretty sure there's a clip of me pulling the rear seat and finding out that there's glass underneath it.
Huh.
I figured that out like a year and a half after I bought it.
So they just never said anything?
I
about
figured the glass shattered in some way, shape, or form.
Well, yeah,
but that was confirmed when I pulled the back seat out, and there was literally shattered glass underneath the back seat, which I was like, man, people aren't honest these days. And then I was like, but at the end of the day, it's shattered glass. You replace the front windshield on a car, you don't really say anything about it. Like,
yeah, I mean that's fair, but at the same time, if it wasn't like a Ford Motorcraft window, they clearly didn't get it done properly.
Well,
so
tomato.
if they would have went the full, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they would have went the most expensive route and done it the right way, and then had someone else go through, because clearly if there was still glass under the rear seat, a tech didn't do that. That would have just been they just cleaned that up. So, in my opinion, I would have said something about that, like my rear glass. It wasn't a factory defrost, and so the defrost sometimes won't kick on because it now has defrost, and I added a button so it can defrost, and it works. And sometimes it works really way too well and it'll kill the truck. So that's like something I would ever have to mention if I sold the truck, but I never will.
He says is in literally the last episode, and actually I think this clip you literally talked about trading your truck for other vehicles.
I'll never sell it though.
Oh, but you'll trade it.
Correct. So this is my thought on it. So, well, think about
Hand me that Red Bull.
Think about it. If you are
Monster sponsor us.
interesting. So if you are like owning, so think of it like the cool factor of a vehicle. You drive a vehicle, it becomes cool, right? You're in it, you get to experience it, becomes cool. But when you're just like you're looking at it and say you put a price on it, I can't just if someone brings me $3,200. I don't know if I can do that. But if I go somewhere and someone like, it's a cammed out 350 Nova, and I go out there and it's 5-speed, I get to drive it, pull a couple gears, and I'm having the time of my life. In that moment, I think I could get rid of my truck.
Well, at the end of the day.
But if someone came up to me with $4,000, even though my truck's not even realistically worth like $3,000, if someone came up to me with $4,000, I don't think I could get rid of it.
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes it depends. Like, I'm gonna use Walker as an example. If someone walked up to me with $5,000 or $6,000 in cash, that's what the truck's worth. It's worth about $6,000. Like, in all honesty, the way it sits with the rust and the terrible paint and stuff like that. Granted, the engine bay and the interior are a lot cleaner than when I bought it. I traded it. I traded a $4,500 car for it. I made the interior and the inside of the engine bay.
You spent about $500, and you spent more than that on tires.
I spent good money on it, or I made it look a lot better from person perspective. Like the bay looks a whole heck of a lot better. Video coming on that this week or maybe posted. I'm not really sure. A lot of planning, doing like past, future, present type deals. There's an engine bay video coming. at this point in time, I have the interior done. That video will also be coming. I've made the truck a lot nicer. And if I was to fix the bed rust and paint the truck, it'd be a lot better. But as it sits right now, that's a $5,000-$6,000 truck. And if someone offered me that, I might take it. But at the same time, like, that truck's really cool and it's really awesome. And it's always been my dream to own.
And you just got it running real good.
We got it running really nice. It runs really well. Like, there's not a lot of problems with it other than the fact that it gets a little warm and it leaks some oil. But I don't think I'd get rid of it for that. But if I get, it's all about the it's all about the experience. The day I got this truck, when I drove it home from trading it, I already loved it more than Walter. The second I jumped in it. And I think that's because Walter was cool, but Walter was never really supposed to happen. I was supposed to buy a 2-valve New Edge car, and the dude ghosted me that week. I was home. Because I came home from Texas. I was home for 12 days, 13 days. I was home like 2-ish weeks.
Nice.
I feel like Mr.
Mom.
Miyagi. I was home like 2-ish weeks. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I was supposed to buy like a 2002 2-valve New Edge Mustang, which is what I actually wanted. In retrospect, I should have waited, and I shouldn't have bought Walter, but I really wanted something. Because I had the money out. I pulled the money from the bank already. I had $4,000 in cash in my hand. Right? And I waited and waited, and I waited like 26 hours for this dude to respond to me. Never responded to me. Had the car posted, and we had talked about meeting. Stopped answering me, period. I was really upset. And I made the decision in that point in time, and literally 50 minutes after Walter went up on Facebook, I seen it. I thought it was really cool, and I immediately texted the dude, and I said, "Can you meet me tomorrow? Because I leave the day after." I literally bought Walter in Willow. I drove it an hour. I drove it 45 minutes home. I parked it, packed my stuff, put it all in smoke, and I left the next morning. Literally, the only thing I did was drive Walter home. And I had big plans for Walter, and he wasn't supposed to happen. I really wanted a New Edge, and I think that's why I was never that much attached to him, even though it was my first V8 manual car. It's my first actual V8 manual Mustang.
It just wasn't.
It never
what
really.
you envisioned.
And I tried, but it just had enough flaws that I think that it never really spoke to me. And I tried, but I was always more of a fan of the New Edges than I was the SM95s, and that's what I really wanted. And I think in that moment that I decided I wanted Walter, I really just wanted a car. And in retrospect, looking back on it, I shouldn't have bought him.
You were
But
young.
without
Without Walter.
buying Walter, I wouldn't have had this truck. And that's kind of how I'm looking at it now. Because when I had my Chevy S10, the end-all, be-all goal was to have a pro touring-ish type of truck, lowered with a V8 in it and a manual. I wanted a single cab short bed V8 manual mini truck. Fast forward 5-6 years, I have my V8 manual single cab short bed mini truck. And although it's not an S10, it's a Ford.
Mm-hmm.
And Ford's one of my favorite brands.
And with the new interior, it is really nice to drive.
It's a lot nicer. And like looking back on it, I'm fine. The amount of money I have in it, looking back, compared to what I have in Walter trading for it and having it, I have less than $5,000 on that truck. And I'm happy with that.
It's for the money that you have into it, it's a all day $6,000-$7,000
I
truck
definitely
now.
feel like I get $6,000 for it.
Oh, all day. I mean,
Cleaning it, like washing it, cleaning
would
it
help a lot.
and
Painting the front and
fixing
fixing that other headlight.
fixing the exhaust a little bit. I can definitely get
little.
$6,500 for it.
I would say if you fix the exhaust and trimmed the fenders to get rid of the rust and like make it look tucked, and then fix the suspension, put it a little bit stiffer so it doesn't have quite some body roll.
Well, it's because it's a truck. It has truck suspension.
Well, yeah, well you can still help that a little bit.
Well, that may be part of the future plans.
And then I say it'd be that all day, but I feel like you probably won't get rid of it that soon unless you find something cool that you lowball someone for on his form.
And that's what I talked to Brady about. And you. I talked to you about it earlier, actually.
Yep.
I said I love him. I love Walker. He's an awesome truck, and it's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted a small block Ford that I can rev, that has a manual behind it, and the fact that it's in a V8 single cab short bed mini truck is like the best of everything I could ever ask for, right? But even when I bought him, and still to this day, I don't feel like he's a forever truck like the square body. I'm gonna have it forever. I'm not getting rid of it. And if I do get rid of it, it's going to you or my kids.
Yeah.
Right. That's a forever truck. Smoke, not a forever car. I've talked about getting rid of Smoke for
a long time.
For 2 years now. And Walker, as much as I love him, it's everything I've ever wanted. There's definitely vehicles I want more than Walker. Some things that would be cooler, easier to drive, easier to work on, or just, in general, different. And Walker is a great experience, because it's the first time I've ever gotten to like actually work on a small block Ford, and I got it running better. I messed with the timing. I did the exhaust. I did the engine bay. I did the interior. I'm probably going to do some paint work to it and some of the suspension work and try to get it a little lower to the ground and make it nicer in general. And it'll be like my learning experience in the cars. And you guys are going to get to see it. I'm talking to you. I should be talking to you. You guys are going to get to see that through Walker and see him become nicer.
He's already become so much nicer in general.
It's weird because of, again, timing.
It's not coming out just yet.
Timing. You guys are seeing the first video on Walker, which is weird because we're talking about it in full time, but Walker is actually he was in last week's video because of the announcement video, but the first video on Walker is coming out on Wednesday.
Announcement for the studio channel coming out on Tuesday?
No, that was last week. We're filming...
Studio channels is out.
Studio channel and the Garage channel dropped last week.
Oh, okay.
Maybe an IBA Studio video tomorrow. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then Walker's first video is on Wednesday. We're trying to figure out its timing. We're working on it. Just chillax.
A lot of things going on and we're very busy.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna get to
start watching more.
You guys are literally gonna see Walker from
start
now to, technically, the video that's coming out till present day for us, which is y'all's past, which is very odd. Just get used to it. All right. The next couple videos are gonna be really weird. All right, until we figure out what's going on.
We got a lot to work on.
But we're figuring out. You guys are going to see Walker this week. And you guys are going to get to see me. Anyways, back to where I was talking about. We get
Playing from AJ's MacBook Air.
Alright.
Casper? Okay. Shut up. Anyways, y'all are going to get to see that. And I don't feel like Walker's a forever truck. Although I keep up for a while. You even said you might buy him off of me.
Possibly.
Brady said he might even buy him off me. And that would be best case scenario because that means it would get to stay on the channel. And I guess it honestly depends on what happens to the channel after it starts. If that truck blows up the channel, I don't think I could get rid of it because
it'd be the first truck.
It would be the thing that started.
It'd be the noise complaint of
our channel.
IBA Garage.
Right. It would be like noise complaint to It's Just a Six, or not. I just named two different channels.
Yep.
It would be like noise complaint to Tom's Refurb, or it would be like the black car, the Camaro to It's Just a Six. It would be like
the Stingray from Cletus.
It would be like those Leroy. Like it would be like the first project big vehicle that they did, and although it's not a big vehicle, is the thing that got me into working on things. Like, first time I've ever touched a motor and messed with timing and carburetors and jets and exhaust work, and I fixed the engine bay. I made it look super nice, and all these things, the first thing that I've ever done, and you guys are going to see all those videos. And if that's what blows up the channel, and I want to get rid of it, them getting it would be the best possible case scenario, because that means it would stay with us. Because obviously, if you guys love it, I don't think I could get rid of it. But if the channel doesn't really go anywhere, and I feel like I want to get rid of it, then I feel like I could, because you guys wouldn't be that attached to it, and we can always build another nicer V8 Ranger that's way nicer and stuff like that.
We can always get it again, or something similar.
If you guys want that content again, but if you guys aren't attached to the truck itself, then
I feel
it would allow me to sell something and get something new for the channel.
Yeah, it'll allow more content, but I feel like we should, like, after we get, like, where the truck needs to be, if it blows up the channel, we should 100% put a 9-inch under it, and it needs a twin turbo Coyote. It needs to become the drag car.
I don't want it to go that far. Have you ever seen, I don't know if you've seen it, also this video is getting really long, we'll try to end it soon.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I don't know if you've noticed or not, you're really bad at it. I've been looking up at the time for the past 10 minutes to tell you to sign us out.
We're talking about this a really long time, but
Yeah.
we're in a good topic.
Yeah.
Do we keep going, or do we just
we sign us out? That's how it works.
and then just just start over and go into the next video?
Maybe.
I don't, because we're in the middle of talking about stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Isaiah, go ahead and sign us out.
Alrighty, everyone. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Turn the post notifications on. Check out the Instagram. Thank you to my wonderful new co-host. Feels very weird.
You just used I'm using my left hand. This is not right.
Yeah, this is my dominant hand.
Yeah.
It feels very weird for you, yes.
Is that what everybody feels like when
Probably.
I reach out with my right hand? Oh my gosh. It also
And,
feels weird not saying the outro. I just like, yeah.
And everyone,
Go ahead.
if not, go ahead and turn on notifications, subscribe, and without further ado, which one do I say now? Do I still say my... Yes, I
What
still
do you
say
say?
mine. I still say mine.
What do you say?
Peace.
So I'll still say deuces? Do you just want to keep it the same?
Ready?
Yeah.
Peace.
Deuces. That was weird, guys.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh no.
Oh no.